I'm Greg Jarrett, and you are in the strategy room. There is increasing debate now in Congress over whether the GOP will make their move to try to pass full repeal of Obamacare. One of the main reasons Republicans increased their majority in the House and took control of the Senate was the public's disapproval of the health care law. So will they act? Joining us now to talk about it, political strategist Joe Listingi and Brad Blakeman. So, Brad, I mean, even if both houses were to pass it, the president would veto it. There aren't enough votes for an override, so why do it?
You're exactly right. Why do it? Look, the Republicans shouldn't be as stupid as the president is going to be tonight in the State of the Union by advancing something that it can't possibly pass. And Republicans should not, again, go down the road of full repeal of Obamacare when they know that the president's not going to have an epiphany and say, you know what, I screwed up. Yeah, let's repeal my legacy legislation. What we need to do is attack Obamacare strategically. We have a lot of Democratic support. Let's fix that which is broken until Obama is out of office. Let's get a Republican in the White House, and then we can talk about serious overhaul almost completely of Obamacare or outright striking it down.
You know, the president promised that over time, Obamacare, Joe, would become more popular. It isn't. It's still profoundly unpopular, and the president's disapproval rating on health care stands at almost 60%. This hasn't turned out the way the White House and the president envisioned, has it?
Well, I think it actually has. And the truth is that public opinion is not how we run this country. We run this country off statistics and economic growth. And Obamacare was told, there was this package sold to America that it was going to be a job killer, yet we saw record job growth last year. Obamacare is helping more people get coverage. It is good for this country, and it's going to come around. Again, I think the president here is looking long term, and I think his vision is correct.
Yeah.
This is going to become more popular. And by the time we get a Republican president, this thing will be well ingrained into society. People will be used to this program. They will like the coverage they have, and it will be really hard for Republicans to overturn.
You know, Brad, it's not just because one of the architects admitted on camera that, you know, it was basically a fraud, a lot of deception. The American people were stupid and they were fooled. But in point of fact, the president promised that every American would be covered with insurance. Well, there are still more than 30 million Americans who are uninsured, even though we're well into Obamacare. So on the merits, this thing isn't working?
It is not working. It can work based on its economic model because you needed young people, healthy people, to pay for those people who are sick. Young people aren't signing up. Their parents are telling them, look, if you get sick, God forbid, then we'll sign you up. There's no penalty for that. But they'd rather pay the small penalty now for their kids not being on the plan than the huge bill that's going to cost to cover these kids who are healthy. So remember when Social Security was enacted 70-some years ago, there were 7-to-1 paying in. 7 workers for every retiree. We have less than 3-to-1 now. It is unsustainable on its face.
Is it unsustainable, Joe?
Absolutely not. It is completely sustainable. This is the way insurance works. No matter if it was Obamacare or if we were in the old system, you still need young, healthy people to provide the capital to the insurance companies. That's going to be a truism today, tomorrow, even yesterday. The point is that Obamacare is going to grow, and now everyone who wants to play the short-term profit gain of not putting someone on until they get sick is going to find out that that's not going to work for them. Health care is expensive, and we have to pay for it. The beauty is that we are adding more people, and look, Republicans in Utah and Tennessee, governors are talking about expanding Medicaid there to put more people on health care rolls. Even though there are still 30 million, that is less than there were before, and that number continues to shrink. Costs are freezing. You know, this is going to be good over time.
Steve Brill wrote a book on Obamacare and has done several interviews, and after his investigation, he concluded that the principal problem with Obamacare, among many, is that it just doesn't address rising health care costs.
Except they've frozen. We've seen the lowest growth in healthcare costs in the past 2 years than we have in the previous
the stats I've seen belie that. But Brad, you have the last word on that.
Look, it hasn't happened for me. I was promised health savings. I'm a healthy guy. My insurance just went up $240 a quarter, and when I questioned my insurance company about it, they said Obamacare. Right. Look, everybody's going to be stuck with this thing until it can be fixed, and if we get a Republican president in 2016, perhaps we'll get rid of it altogether.
Joe Listingi, Brad Blakeman, good to see you both, guys. Thanks so much for dropping by. And join us tonight for the Strategy Room special online coverage beginning at 8:45 p.m. p.m. Eastern. Go to foxnews.com/SOTU. Hope to see you then. I'm Greg Jarrett, and thanks for watching.